Council of Dads is really going to fill that hole that you might have in your heart. It truly is what we need to see on TV to this day, you guys. So Michael, tell us the premise and why you were so eager for the fans to check out this new series on NBC.
Well, I think it's a story of a family who's dealing with the most difficult loss. You know, they're five beautiful, interesting, funny, eclectic children, and their dad gets diagnosed with a terminal cancer. And as he goes through his treatment, he reaches out to his three best friends and says, if I can't make it, mentor my children. And so that's where we pick up. And I think in this particular time, people want to know that even though we're socially distanced, there's somebody there for us. There's somebody that cares and will show up in whatever way that we're allowed to show up. So I mean, that's my hope, is that the audience will take some comfort and hope from our story.
And Jay, this show has clearly left such a huge impact on your life for sharing your coming out story with us all. It was a big step to take, but I applaud you and I'm truly happy for you. So what was it about this show or the cast that made this the right time to share this beautiful moment in your life with the world?
You know, I realized that if I were going to play this character authentically, I didn't want any wall between myself and the people that I had to love on screen, or any wall within myself. So from before we started, I made the choice that this was a part of my life that I was going to bring to work with me for the first time, which is a very scary thing for folks, because it's one thing to be out in your life, it's another thing to be out at work. So I made that choice. My castmates, the writers, the producers, everyone, they were like, pass the salt. They were so fine with it. It was, obviously. And so I think that it really enriched my experience of playing the character. And I think playing the character helped me make that final step of deciding to be out publicly, because I felt like I can't go to places like this right now and speak openly and honestly about something that is important to me and important to others without being honest about who I am. So that's why I made that choice. I'm so happy that I did.
Well, Jay, what's some of the feedback you've been receiving so far from the fans? What do they think about you sharing your coming out story? I'm sure they're so inspired and uplifted, and maybe there's some guys out there that are sharing their story with you personally before they share theirs with the world. And, what's that been like for you to receive, such an outpour of love, but also to hear other stories of other people battling with their identity or sharing their coming out story?
They are. For the first time last night, I ventured into my direct messages because, I wanted to be careful with myself about this process, because, again, coming out in front of the world can attract all kinds of attention. So I wanted to be careful with myself. So last night I peeked, and the messages that I received from people who knew me from Angel, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as people who are getting to know me now, were just made me understand the importance of the choice that I made. So there was that. And then the second biggest lesson that I'm taking from this experience is that when you open up, you give others the opportunity to come out of their closet, to open up about whatever it is that they are going through and have been, working through on their own. So the phone calls I've received have been like, congratulations, and then somehow now there's a space where they can share whatever they're going through too. It's brought me closer to certain folks in the industry that I've worked with that I haven't necessarily been as transparent with, and it's just been rewarding.